Oh, good.
I already have.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah? Okay, sir. Thank you. Just go.
Just yesterday, just on Sunday, I came back from the US, and my younger brother told me an agency wants to see me, and I saw him yesterday on my way to Abuja. He said to me that the land, the company land, Nest Food Limited, the land they own for over 10 years, probably over 15 years, belonging to them. There are some people just jumped into it and said they're the owner, that they have cut injunction, and that they are about to start demolishing it. I said, okay, we go to court. That they won't demolish it without having proper documentation and everything. But yesterday he called me, said they've removed the roof. They brought 3 tractors, 2,000, demolishing everybody as fast as they can. And I said, no, I'll leave Abuja this morning. Let me go there personally. He said all effort for them to enter there, they've been refused even enter. And they've chased out the people who are living there. So there's nothing they can do. That's how I came from Abuja with first flight this morning from Abuja. Drove to this place, asked the people who authorized it to demolish. They said they have cut injunction that the owner gave them. I said, who is the owner? They said they don't know the owner. They just gave them. I said, who is the owner? They said they don't know the owner. Can I see the cut injunction and see who the owner, the person who is now claiming is sued? They gave me the cut injunction. The cut injunction explicitly said unknown person. How can you sue an unknown person? I said the land belongs to you. The land with property. And within yesterday and today, it's demolishing property. Look at it. They've removed the roof, they removed the thing. Okay, give me your proper documentation, demolition orders, because even if you want to demolish the house, you go to the state, they give you order to demolish, give you appropriate documentation, bring safety people and them, so that we know we're doing what is now. It's only while I'm here now that some people came and said they are safety order. What kind of country is this? How did you descend to this level of rascality? How can you show a known person? Enter somebody's land and everything. I've been here for 4 hours. I've not seen one person who comes and say, I'm the owner. 3 people or 2 or 3 people have appeared. Are you the owner? No, I'm not. But I'm acting on behalf. I said, so who is the owner? No name. You've not called the name. I said, but you know my name. I'm Peter Obi. I want to know the next person. So I can even approach him and say, please, this land belongs to a company that my brother is the majority shareholder. The country can't go on like this. We're looking for foreign investors. We're looking for investors. But look at how local investors are being treated. Is that how a country can thrive? This level of lawlessness, this level of rascality.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You see the equipment that are here. You can see things that are here. Nobody could remove anything. Is that how I come to work? They just came suddenly, started demolition. You know, if my brother didn't have a brother like me, they would. He wanted to enter here. They said, no, you can't enter. We have got injunction. What about got injunction that allows somebody to enter into another person's property, refusing for removing his things and everything, and demolishing everywhere? What about got injunction is that? We are finished with the country.
So this is a trending video of Peter Obi's younger brother's property that was demolished in Lagos. I mean, I know a lot of political sycophants who will give you reasons why the property was demolished. You demolish someone's property without court order, or you just say you have court order, and they have requested for that court order, they could not provide it. Now, it's not that the property is in a strategic location that the government want to construct something, or on they build in Lagos a lot of people build houses, at the runway or drainage system and all of that. There is no reason whatsoever why the property was demolished. This young man, Peter Obi's brother, acquired this land 15 years ago. The funny thing is that they were not even given time. At least you serve someone a court order or something, notification. You give them 1 month, some 2 months, some 3. You just go there, demolish the property. Their belongings are still in that building. You could see in the video, it was demolished. This is unbelievable. Just in one day, Peter Obi's younger brother's property was demolished, and Atiku's traditional title was stripped of him. Raye's that young lady that said Tinubu is a terrible president, Raye's youth service as youth corper was also extended by 2 months. All this because they criticize or they are standing against Tinubu's terrible, horrible government. Peter Obi released a statement afterwards. He said, any society where lawlessness overrides the rule of law is not destined to be a heaven for investors. Recent reports showing that Nigeria's human rights indicators have worsened merely highlight severe shortfalls in government protection for civil liberties, personal security, and basic standards. I know what I have been going through as a person in abuse of my human rights just because I contested a presidential election, which I have legitimate rights to do. So I imagine what small business owners, regular citizens, and vulnerable communities face every day. If this level of lawlessness can happen to someone with a registered company and legitimate means, what hope does the ordinary Nigerian have? Imagine, his younger brother has a registered company and acquired the property through legitimate means. This morning, he continued, my younger brother called me frantically, informing me that a group of people had invaded his company property in Ikeja, Lagos, and were demolishing the building. He had just come in from Port Harcourt and was denied entry to the property by security men who told him the building was being pulled down. They even informed him that this demolition had started over the weekend. As a peace-loving Nigerian, he quickly started processing to go to court immediately, not knowing what must have resulted in this, as they moved fast to destroy his home without any restraint. I rushed to Lagos from Abuja after the call this morning and headed straight to the property. On arrival, I was met by security people who tried to bar me from entering the property. I humbly pleaded with them that the property belonged to my brother's company, and from the records, the company had owned the property for over a decade. They told me they had a court judgment, and I immediately requested it. You will not believe that the court judgment they claim was issued against an unknown person and squatters. I went further to ask about a demolition order or permit, and there was none. Can you imagine? The Peter Obi's brother's property was demolished in error, not actually meant for Peter Obi's brother. It was an unknown person, and they moved ahead to demolish Peter Obi's property. Now, when Peter Obi requested, he said he requested to see the court order they claim was issued against an unknown person and squatter. He could not see it. How do you sue an unknown person? How does a court issue a judgment in such a farce of a case? No one was served, no name was written, yet they showed up with excavators and began destroying a structure that has stood for over 15 years. I immediately asked the excavators for the person who has sent them, and they said they didn't know anyone. Can you imagine? But they were only informed to come and demolish the house. I immediately told them to tell whoever it is that I would like to speak with them, if they can call my number, which I shared with the excavators, so that I can speak with whomsoever gave them the order to demolish the property. You could imagine that what is happening in our dear country, Nigeria. You just jumped in and demolished someone's property without court order, without anything. And Peter Obi went ahead to give his number. He gave out his number. He wanted to speak with the person in charge, maybe second Tinubu or whosoever that is in charge of property demolition. You cannot demolish someone's property without court order. I mean, you demolish a property without rightful address. The right thing to even do is to get the right court order. That was not even done. You demolish property with a vague court order. There is no court order whatsoever. This is what is happening in the country. Now, the worst of it all is that the property has been demolished. Property now is not even a residential building. It's his company building. For 15 years, you pull down someone's property for over 15 years. Property using to run business, and you pull it down, all in the name of political witch hunt. This is terrible. It's terrible. I cannot even believe it. It's shameful. Peter Obi said he stood there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. waiting to get a call at least, and nobody called or came. The contractor even said he didn't know who sent him. 2 men later came and said they would like us to go to a police station. I asked if they even had a demolition order, but they had nothing. The whole situation screamed of coordinated lawlessness and impunity. Our country has become lawless. I just started reminiscing about how just over the weekend I had a meeting when someone told me how he has investments in Ghana, Senegal, and the Benin Republic, but won't touch Nigeria despite his market being here. I asked him why. His answer was piercing. Nigeria is a lawless country. Until we have laws that protect people, nobody will invest in Nigeria. I'm just shocked. How did Nigeria get to this level of lawlessness? What kind of a country are we trying to build when the rights of citizens, their lives, their properties, and their voices are trampled upon daily? I remain committed to a better Nigeria where lawlessness will be a thing of the past. Protection of life and property, respect for human rights, care for the less privileged, and basic education for children. They have already demolished the property. And what can you do? Let's say even if you build it back, how long do you think it will take this man to bring back his business, his company back? It's a shame. Just in one day, land of Atiku Abubakar started to being stripped of him. Peter Obi's brother's company building demolished, building of 15 years he acquired legitimately. Then the young girl whose influence or whose public outcry forced the federal government to approve the NYSC allowance from 33,000 to 77,000 after the promise 2 to 3 years that they're going to increase it, the minimum wage. They have extended her youth service by 2 months. It's a shame.